very uncomfortable for the dormouse. Only, as she is asleep, I suppose she doesn't mind.
No room.
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to ask.
It wasn't very simple of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know this was your table. It is laid out for a great many more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
And you should learn not to make personal remarks. Very rude.
How is a raven like a writing desk?
Come now, we shall have some fun. I'm glad they've begun asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean you think you could figure out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then why don't you say what you mean?
I do. At least I mean what I say. It's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. Why, you might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might just as well say that I like what I get is the same as I get what I like.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It's the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter when it got through the works.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but now some breadcrumbs have got it as well. You should not have put it in with a knife.
It was the best butter.
What a curious looking watch. It tells the days of the month, but it doesn't say what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Well, of course not. But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time.
Which is just the case of mine.
I don't quite understand.
Ah, the dormouse is asleep again.
Of course. Just when I was going to work myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No. I give up. What's the answer?
I have the slightest idea.
I think you ought to do something better with your time than wasting it asking riddles that have no answer.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I beg your pardon?
I dare say you've never even spoken to time.
Well, perhaps not. But I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that would of course. You won't stand for meetings. Now, if you stayed in good terms with time, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clocks. Now say it were, 9 o'clock in the morning. Just time to get lessons. Why, just whisper a hint to time and around the clocks will go twinkling. 1:30. Time for dinner.
I really wish it was.
Yes.
Well, that would be grand, certainly. But then I shouldn't be hungry for it, you know?
Perhaps first. But you can keep it at 1:30 as long as you like.
Is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March. Just when she went mad, you know. It was at the grand concert from the Queen of Hearts. I had to sing, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Bat, how I wonder what you're at. You know the song, I suppose?
I've heard something like it.
It goes on in this way, you know. Up above the wood you fly, like a teacher in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Twinkle, twinkle,
Twinkle,
twinkle.
twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Well, I had hardly first the first verse.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Well, I had hardly first the first verse. Well, I had hardly first the first verse. When the queen bawled out, he's murdering the time! Off with his head!
How dreadfully savage.
He hasn't spoken to me since then. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Is that why so many tea things are laid out?
Yes, because it's always tea time. And there's no time between the whiles to put away the things.
So you keep moving around, I suppose.
As the things get used up. Yes.
But what happens when you come to the beginning again?
Suppose we change the subject. I'm growing tired of this. I vote the young lady tell us a story.
I'm afraid I don't know any.
Then the dormouse shall! Wake up, dormouse!
Sleep, I heard every word you fellas are saying.
Tell us the story.
Yes, please do.
Once upon a time, there were these 3 little sisters, and their names were Elsie, Lacey,
Dorothy.
Well, who's making personal remarks now?
Why did they live at the bottom of the well?
It was a treacle well.
There's no such.
If you can't be civil about it, you better finish the story yourself.
Oh no, please go on. I won't interrupt again. I dare say there may be one.
One indeed. And so, these three little sisters, they're learning how to draw, you know?
What did they learn how to draw?
Treacle.
I want a clean cup. Let's all move one face down.
Where did they draw the treacle from?
Well, if you can draw water from a water well, I would think you could draw a treacle from a treacle well. Ain't you stupid?
But they were in the well.
So they were. Well in.
That's so little sisters. They're learning how to draw.